What's going on, guys? This is Demian from The Lookout and welcome to part 2 of our set 3 review. Today we are looking at some blue and black cards, and guys, if you wish to play these cards, there's gonna be a massive event in the UK, 512 players cap, set 3 legal unless delays happen. And if you wish to buy tickets, if you wish to go to this event, you can do so by scanning the QR code or through our affiliate link in the description below. It helps us out a lot. And yeah, of course, we'll be streaming this one on Twitch as well. And guys, in every video, you have a chance to win 2 codes. So, one lucky winner gets 2 digital pack codes. All you got to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment, and like the video, and then at the end of the next Fusion World video, which is gonna be tomorrow, I'm gonna be revealing the lucky winner. And of course, a huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks a lot for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a Patreon is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So it's time to review set 3 cards. We're doing reviews throughout the entire week, each day one review. Today we're looking at blue and black cards, and I'm gonna give you my personal ratings. It's something new that we're trying out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And then we're just gonna skip the summary. Let's go. Let's start with the high school. Yeah, back to school, everybody. It's a new field card, 1 energy, blue of course. Activate main for 2 energy. Place this card in its owner's drop. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less and Satan City in its special traits. Place the rest of the cards to the bottom of the owner's deck at a random order. So, it's a pretty good card. It can cheat out the SR Gohan, which you're gonna see next, for only 2 energy, which is quite a discount. Like, it's really an insane discount. And it's usable with the blue Goku later. So, if you know that you don't have Gohan at the top of your deck, you can just leave this card in play, and you can use Goku's effect to switch a card in the battle area to rest mode, which is a field card. You just switch it to rest mode, and then you give your leader plus 10k for the battle. It's very good. Now it's time to rate high school. So, the card is a staple. The card is a must-have in the archetype. You quite literally can't play without it. I mean, you can, but then your deck is just really, really bad. So, it's a field card. There's only 1 card in the entire game that can actually remove it very early on. And we saw that card yesterday, the Pui Pui. Other than that, the card is phenomenal. Unlike Goku Black, it's an actual discount where you just pay 2 when you play a 4 cost. It costs 1, you just play turn 1 and it sits on the field. Plus you can use it for your leader's effect, switch it to rest mode and give your leader plus 10k. And when you need a card, you just crack it and then you play your SR. The card is phenomenal. In the archetype, this thing is definitely like a 5 out of 5. Like, you can't run the archetype without this card. It does so much. It does so much. It gets out your SR. It helps your boss monster become big. Yeah, this card is an amazing, amazing design. Because we just talked about the high school, now we need to talk about the Gohan SR. Here it is. 4 cost 30k, 0 combo power. Saiyan, Earthling, Satan City. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost 3 or less and place them to the bottom of their owner's deck. This card is really, really great. Like, this card is, wow. 4 cost, on play removal, which is great. You will rarely pay 4 for it. If you're paying 4, something went horribly wrong. If you're paying 4 for this. Even as a 4 cost, it's really good. With the school, it costs 2, which moves him from good to absurd. Because, like, hey, pay 2 energy, play a 30k, which removes 2 cards. And 3 or less is not a small number. There are a lot of amazing cards at the 3 or less slot. I think that even outside of the archetype, you might play like 2 copies of this or something. I don't really play blue, but I feel like even outside of the archetype, you would definitely play this card. But in the archetype, this card is amazing. As for my rating, this card is, well, you just heard everything that I said. It's 5 out of 5. I think this card is a 5 out of 5. In the archetype, it's the reason why you play it. It's very, very cheap aggression, plus very good removal. 3 or less. 2 cards. Just 3 or less, gone. That's amazing. Especially when you get this out for 2 energy. So in the archetype, the card is absolutely insane. It's a 5 out of 5. Outside of the archetype, the reason why I'm giving it 5 and not, let's say, 4 like the Piccolo and stuff is because I believe that this thing is going to be played in other blue decks as well. Even as like 2 copies or something. You just pay 4 and you get rid of 2 things. And then you swing 30. That's amazing. Great Saiyaman is here, not as a battle card, but as an extra card. 1 cost. It's also a Satan City card. It's Saiyan and Earthling. Those are all relevant traits. Activate main. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost less than or equal to the number of cards with Satan City in its special traits in your battle area and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So it's another removal tool for blue. Blue is really establishing itself as the best control color in the game. On average, you can bottom deck a 2 cost. Because I don't believe that you ever bottom deck anything less. The field is Satan City. So if you have a single battle card, that's already 2. So you pay 2 and you pay 1 and you bottom deck a 2 cost. You can hit a 3 cost. Then it's really good. Pay 1 to get rid of a 3 cost. Very rarely, like if you go super archetype, you can pay 1 to bottom deck a 4 cost, which sounds really, really tempting. Unfortunately, these Satan City cards, a lot of them are 1-drops. So you're just kind of, I'm not sure would this actually happen. The card itself is not bad, but the consistency is a bit off. Initially, I thought that rating this card is gonna be a bit tricky because, yeah, it's very, very cheap removal. It can somewhat consistently, hit a 3 cost, so pay 1, remove a 3 cost, that's great. But the consistency is still a bit off. It is still a bit off. I think that as a pay 1, bottom deck a 2 cost, as just a removal for a 2-drop, there are better cards in blue than this one. They're like actual battle cards that can get rid of 2 cost cards. So you'd rather play those. Yeah, there is a chance to snowball and to bottom deck a 4 cost, a 5 cost. Like there are ways of doing that. But then you're playing a really, really heavy Satan City deck with a lot of 1-drops, with a lot of nyeh cards. So I'm not sold on this one. I think that I'm gonna look at it as pay 1, bottom deck a 2 cost. Maybe like a portion of the time you bottom deck a 3-drop. And given that, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I think that you will not run this card. I think that on paper it sounds great, but there are a lot better control tools in blue than this, and you're probably not gonna spend your extra card slot on this card. Do you know that you can actually play all of these cards for like free, at least the extra ones? Yeah, you have Sharpener. These characters have names, supposedly. They have names. So, 1 cost 10k, 10k combo, 5k card. It's not a 1 cost 10k. Activate main once per turn, reveal the top card of your deck, and if the revealed card has Satan City in its special traits, during this turn, the next time you use an extra card from your hand, reduce the cost by 1 blue. So, it's a new, very specific extra card discount 1-drop. There is already one from set 1, and that is the Bulma, which just says like, hey, if you have 7 or less in hand, discount by 1. So the card does a lot in the archetype. It makes a lot of your extra cards free, but the question which remains is, would you actually play this? That's the question, right? Will you actually play this? So if you play him on turn 1 and you actually hit a Satan City card, there's no reason not to use the activate main. So you're just gambling here, but there's no reason not to do that. If you're playing a heavy Satan City deck, you're probably gonna hit it immediately. You're probably gonna hit it turn 1. Then if you have the school in hand, it's free and you're already snowballing. Like, it's immediately good. So another thing that it does is it gives you top deck knowledge, which is important with the school. Because if you haven't awakened yet, if you're in a very early stage of the game, just imagine if it's turn 2, you use activate main, you reveal the top card, and you see a Gohan there. And you already have the school from turn 1. Pay 2, play the Gohan. Turn 2, 30k guy, let's go. So that's great, right? But that's very, very snowballish. You would also want to run this guy because, hey, it's Satan City. It's a 10k combo power Satan City card, which can give you some benefits. Compared to Bulma, the reason why you run it is because it gives you top deck knowledge. And it's Satan City. Bulma is easier to trigger, but she is less combo power, and she doesn't give you top deck knowledge earlier in the game. And she's also not Satan City. So in the archetype, you're definitely running 4 copies of this guy. Like, you're probably running 4 copies of this guy. Later on in the game, I don't think that this card is useful anymore in later stages of the game, but it can help you snowball heavily. So it's not reliable enough, but I'm gonna give it a 3. So I think you will be running it in the archetype solely because it is Satan City and because of what it can do on turn 1. But other than that, I think that the card is just gonna, yeah. Now let's move on to black, and we have the Para Brothers. Yeah, Para Brothers came to Fusion World before they did it to Masters. Yeah, then that's it for us Masters players. Anyway, 1 cost 10k combo, 5k on play. If you remove an energy marker to use this card, so you play it with the energy marker. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. The card is surprisingly not too bad actually. So you pay 1, you lock a battle card of any cost. That's basically, you do what yellow does for 1 energy. Because you're using an energy marker and you will be gaining them non-stop, it's technically free. So the card looks actually very good. How to rate it? So we don't have a lot of black cards. We really don't have a lot of black cards. It is the first set with black. So unless something comes out later that's better than this, I'm gonna give it like... I think you're gonna be playing this. You're gonna be playing this because we don't have a lot of stuff to play. So maybe like as a 2-off or something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give this one a free. Worst case, it's a 10k combo. It's an extra 10k combo that you have in your deck. You play like maybe 2 copies of it. Like maybe 2 copies. But if it just happens that you hit something, it's the red deck, it's the yellow deck effect, right? You just stun something in rest mode. You don't need to deal with it for the next turn. It's not a bad effect, especially when it's technically free. Now comes a goddamn phenomenal card. 10 times Kamehameha. SS4 Goku's iconic attack card is here. 1 cost Black Saiyan. Activate main, choose 1. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and KO it. Yeah, that's kinda bad. However, if you removed an energy marker to use this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with cost 3 or less and KO them. Use an energy marker, which is basically for free because this deck is going to be getting energy markers every single turn, and KO 2 free costs. Like, this is amazing. Like, the payoff is so huge for what's basically free. The payoff is absurd. To me, this is a flat out 5 out of 5. It is the best black extra card in the game. The value is insane. You don't even need to run 4 of them. But hey, it's removal. It's technically for free. Get rid of 2 things. And those are free costs or less. Free is an amazing number to hit. So yeah, this is a staple. Like, this is the absurd value. 5 out of 5. The last card for today is Ape Smart. A great ape who gained intelligence. It's another 1 cost black card. Activate main, choose up to one of your battle cards and it gets plus 10k for the turn. If there is a card with a cost of 4 or more and Saiyan in its special trait in a battle area, any player's battle area, draw 1. So Ape is strong and smart now. It's a battle card. It's a battle card buff. It cannot buff a leader, so it only buffs a battle card, and sometimes you will draw. You probably won't use this unless you can get a draw. So pay 1 for a 10k, and the draw is like maybe okay. Like, I feel like this one is a bit lackluster. Yeah, I think this one is a bit lackluster. So normally you would play, if it were a 1 cost 10k combo, draw 1. We can think of the card like that, right? 1 cost 10k combo, draw 1. That's played. That's definitely played. But this isn't a 1 cost 10k combo, draw 1. This is a 1 cost which needs a target, but you're gonna have a target most of the time. And then it's a conditional draw 1. Like, it's a draw 1 later in the game. But you can't combo with it. You can do that with a 1 cost 10k combo, draw a card, right? You can't do it with this card. If you tap out, you're just kind of stuck. So I think this one is a 2. It might be controversial. I think this one is a 2 out of 5. I don't see this seeing any play. Like, it might see some play just because there's nothing else to play in black. It depends on whether or not we get any other extra cards. But I think this one is definitely just a 2 out of 5. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, which card are you hyped for? I personally like the 10 times Kamehameha. I think the card is phenomenal. I think it's really, really pushed, and I can't wait to start playing with black. I think black is gonna be absurd. But you'll see that in other review videos. Anyway, let me know which card are you hyped for. Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And of course, a huge shout out to the winner of the last video's giveaway. Congratulations. You won 2 digital pack codes. Reach out to me either through Facebook or through Discord. My tag is in the description below, and everyone else, you have another chance to win 2 digital pack codes. All you have to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment and like the video, and then at the end of tomorrow's video I'll be picking the lucky winner. And guys, while you're here, share the video. It helps out other players. See, it's been a long one. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box of codes. This has been Demian from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.